Everything. Back. Bring it. Take it down. Stop, Dory.
Wake back up with that.
Help step. Back up, step. Get a help step. That's the ball pass.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of The Focus TV. So happy to be back with you all. Hope you guys enjoy those highlights from the I-95 Coalition League, which means, Cardell, you were busy in another gym, another weekend. Again. We got Octavia White here, Raymond Ryan, Cardell Dudley Jr., and Wilson Tarpey Jr. Once again, welcome to The Focus TV. But Cardell, you never attend anything without letting us know who made your esteemed list. So who's on the list this week?
Before we get to the list, I'm gonna just read off. Obviously, you just saw Team Durant Pratt. They just won a 16 under championship. It's actually the 15 under team that won the championship. They played up age group. They're one of the top 15 other teams in the country, as you can see. They were led by Jonathan Lamar. He plays for St. Francis. Will be a sophomore this fall. He posted a team high 16 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. He was just lights out throughout the entire playoffs this weekend. And then, if he was one of the better guards to be so young, and that's the scary part. He still has a lot of room to grow, obviously, just being a sophomore. But he definitely will be highly coveted, by the time he's a senior, if not already. That was an impressive performance he put on the championship game, and he won MVP for New World One. They were 16 under. They were led by the Matthew Wayne Tyrell Ward, who scored a game high 18 points. In a 17 under championship, Mike Wood, Frederick Douglass, he's a senior, posted 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals to lead DMV Sports Academy to a 75-68 win over Team Durant Hernandez, which was their 16 and under team. They were playing up in 17 under championship, the I-95 Coalition League. Gonzaga guard Judah Mintz led Durant with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and a losing effort. Okay, so here are my all I-95 coalition tournament teams. Keep in mind, this isn't the team for the entire showcase. That will be in the upcoming issue. This is to highlight the standouts from over the weekend during the playoff and championship play. All right, so for the 16 and under, for at point guard, Saxby Sunderland. You just saw him in the highlight for New World. Juan, he attends Flint Hill, 6'3". He graduates in 2022. At shooting guard is Tyson Commander, played for Team Mello. He attends John Carroll School, 6'3", sniper. We had him on the show before as a guest. He's in the class of 2022, obviously. Jonathan Lamar, like I said, they played for Team Durant Pratt. He attends St. Francis, 6'4", shooting guard. He graduates in 2023. Tyra Ward, just mentioned him as well. New World Juan, plays with DeMatha, 6'5", guard and forward. He will graduate in 2022. And Sean Simmons II on Team Durant Pratt that you just saw dunking all over the place. He's from Pennsylvania. He plays for France Central. He's a 6'6" guard. He graduates in the class of 2023. For my 17 and under team, Rob Lawson, point guard from Team Durant Hernandez. He's the point guard for Archbishop Carroll. 6 foot, graduates in 2022. Mac McDonald, Team Richmond, plays for Collegiate High School, 6'2" guard, 2021. He's a senior. Cameron Gregory, plays for Team Richmond. Got to keep an eye on this kid. You know, he reminded me a lot of Devin Harris. Played at Wisconsin, played a lot of years in the league. Had the same type of feel and game and body type and all that. Plays for the Stewart School in Virginia, 6'3" guard. He graduates in 2022. Mike Woods, who won MVP of the 17 and under championship, DMV Sports Academy, plays for Frederick Douglass, 6'5" guard. Graduated this year. Already getting some D1 offers off of how he performed this weekend, which is always a good thing. And last but not least, Khalid Kenny, you will be hearing about. You will be reading a lot about him in the upcoming issue I have coming out very soon. Plays with Team Richmond, plays with Douglas Freeman, Virginia, 6'6" forward. In the 2021 class. Again, I have a more in-depth breakdown of all the coalition teams for the entire month. Long showcase in the upcoming issue of Finest Magazine coming very soon.
All right. Yeah, definitely enjoy the highlight, and it gets scarier and scarier. These kids they're so freaking young.
Yeah.
And you see the talent is just crazy. So, sports obviously in good hands. All right. So while we, here's what's happened in the NBA since the last time we spoke to you. The Bucks survived. The Lakers evened their series at 1. The Nuggets came back out and smacked the Clippers and then held on. Toronto and Boston were lined up to, meet in a pivotal Game 5 because that series was tied. All right, now that we got you guys caught up, this is what we'll be discussing today. Boston beat Toronto 111-89 in that Game 5 to take a 3-2 lead. Saw Jaylen Brown step up, Kemba as well. And then late last night, the Clippers, they took a little bit more control of their series, 2-1 lead, beating Denver 113-107. And that game was just decided by big-time plays down the stretch on the defensive end. We've talked many times on this program and others about how talented the Clippers, potentially how dangerous they are on the defense side of the ball. And we watched them last night down the stretch really tighten the screws on a team, and they really locked in, and that was the difference. The Bucks and Heat are playing right now. The Bucks are trying to survive yet again. But with you guys all here, with last night's game, what do you guys think about, just your thoughts now that we're caught up on the Boston and Toronto series, and then the Clippers in Denver, and then obviously, the Lakers and Rockets play a little bit later. But we'll start with Boston. I'm sure everybody saw, both games last night had a couple of vicious dunks. Yeah, Jaylen Brown punching on OG, and then Michael Porter Jr. on Trez in front of his dad, and it was disgusting, and it was just so perfect that his dad had a mask on. That everyone needed it to. Your initial reaction to it was so visceral. I was on the couch, I was like, sitting here listening to a call, trying to pay attention. I'm like, I hope no one's looking at my face because I can't. It's something that you just can't hide. But we'll start with you, Cardell, with the Boston Toronto series, just where we're at right now. That we are all caught up.
it's suffocating Van Vliet. He's been the X factor. I think they had a graphic during the game when he plays well. The Raptor when he shoots well, rather efficiently. Raptors hard to beat. Obviously, Kawhi had a big part in that last year, but they're hard to beat over the last couple of years, and they're just suffocating them. They're not letting him get off. They putting Marcus Smart on him. They're throwing some dogs at him. They throwing length at him, and he's just struggling to get off. In the 2 games they won, he's did his thing. But last night it was just a nightmare. He couldn't buy a shot, and like I said, Jaylen Brown, man. That's why I put him on my all NBA team. He's been pretty consistent all year. Everybody kind of just be looking at Tatum, but they don't realize he elevated his game another level this season as well. Now, I felt like he should have made an All-Star team, but they didn't include him for whatever reason. But it's them. It's hard to deal with 2 wings that can do everything. And then you look at their roster. Marcus Smart is scoring more. He's not just a defender, so he's stepping it up in that way. And they haven't even let Kemba get loose yet. That's the thing. Like, that's what's scary. Like, he hasn't even had to get really loose yet. So it's just talent. Right? That's what I'm looking at. Their defense is they're swarming everybody defensively, and then obviously their offensive talent is just hard for the Raptors to deal with. And the Raptors, they need Van Vliet to get going. Kyle Lowry's doing what he do. Pascal Siakam turned it on the last couple games. Ibaka's coming off the bench with some strong play. But the rest of those guys is hit or miss, and that's the difference. The Boston is just being more consistent. That's why they're up.
Octavia, just some quick thoughts on where we're at in the Boston-Toronto series.
Basically everything Cardell said, but I just don't think that the Raptors are going to have enough for the Celtics. I just think the Celtics, they basically are going to dictate the series. Like, if they play well, they'll win the series. The 2 games that they lost, they didn't play great. They lost on a 3-second shot with OG. Yeah, buzzer beater with OG Anunoby. So I just feel like the Celtics dictate this. If they play the way they're supposed to play, they're going to win. And it's easy at this point, just in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Toronto's a great team. I just don't think they have enough. I just think that the Celtics have too much. They just have too much talent. And if you think about it, even Gordon Hayward, if it was supposed to go even longer, if the series continues to go, like, Gordon Hayward is back. He's back in the bubble. He's quarantining again. So imagine if they get him back as well, if they're still having the series. So I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think, again, the Raptors are going to have to bring in another, dominant player, unless Pascal continues to, excel, even though I think he will. But it just depends on how good of a player he becomes. But like you said, Kemba hasn't even got off. Tatum can basically do what he wants. You still got Jaylen. Even Robert Williams, is playing well for them. I just think it's going to be too much for them.
All right, if anybody doesn't understand, Robert Williams is a trigger word for Cardell. So, it's so bad, man. It's okay. Please use it. It's fine. The kid does well. You got to mention it, right? Anytime Robert Williams does anything, I literally just got to wait. 24 hours will not pass. Sometimes not 13. I'm going to get a DM with a clip of something Robert Williams did, because Cardell was so adamant that he should have been a Wizard. And of course, he's in the situation he's in right now, doing the things that he's doing right now, protecting the rim for a very versatile defensive team, filling a much needed role in this interesting NBA. And he has all the physical tools that allow him to excel at those things while he takes his time to develop as far as the nuances go. They're not asking him a lot offensively. We got bucket getters. Here's a lob. Clean up my mess. Great. Everyone's happy. Hey, someone got by me. Put it on the glass. No problem. But Ray, now that we've triggered Cardell for the very first time of this show, your thoughts on this series? I think you muted, Ray.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah. No, I was saying I think it's just think it was important for Boston to reestablish dominance. The first 2 games, they pretty much looked like the team that was in control. Then game 3, they lost on that last second play. And then they lost game 4 as well. And, Fred VanVleet, he came out talking about they messed up and all that type of stuff. Like it was paramount that they come out here and punch them in the mouth, and they did. Like Octavia said, I just feel like Boston's a superior team. Toronto, they just don't have enough to hang with them. If Boston's playing well, they'll win. It's just as simple as that. And Cardell mentioned, how they're throwing everything at VanVleet and not letting him get into a groove. And also it seems like they kind of figured out what Toronto likes to do defensively as well, like where and how they want to rotate. They're swinging the ball with intention and getting great looks. So yeah, I expect them to close it out. Game 6, the series that should be over already. They gave one up. They gave one up game 3. But yeah, man, they just need to go ahead and handle business. They're the better team. They got those 2 dogs on the wing, as y'all mentioned. Kemba really hasn't even had to do Kemba things for long stretches yet. So, I mean, that's a security blanket right there if Tatum or Brown is off. So, I mean, Boston just need to go ahead and put these people out their misery.
Yeah, I guess that's the fun part of your Boston, right? You're watching the 2 kids grow before your eyes. Once again, taking the strides they need to go forward. And the Charlotte button hasn't had to be hit, not even close to being pushed yet. All right, lastly, before we get out the NBA segment, want to hear you guys' quick thoughts on the Clippers and Nuggets series, because last night it felt like one that the Nuggets just couldn't afford to lose, right? So I want to hear your thoughts on that. We will start with Ray, then Octavia, and Cardell.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. If the Nuggets want to have a chance in this series, they can't lose games like they did last night, because there's going to be 1 or 2 games where the Clippers just destroy them. That's that's just how it's going to go. So like we saw Paul George wake up last night. Kawhi's going to do what he does. He had a bad game, game 2, but down the stretch, they just locked in defensively. They made the plays they need to make. And if you're Denver, when you control the game for the majority of the time, you can't let that one slip away. Your margin for error is razor thin. So you got to win the games where for most of the 48 minutes you were dominant. And they dropped one that they had in their grasp, and that's going to come back to hurt them, because when you're the lower seeded team, you can't just give games away. And the Clippers, they aren't a team that you can play around with, or you can get behind with. Once they get out in front, it's hard, man, because they're so good defensively. Like it's not going to be many times where everything is free flowing and games are easy. So yeah, they really hurt their chances. I felt like that was a game they could have won. Clippers just stepped up. Got to give credit to them. But yeah, I'm sure they got to do something game 4. I think the Clippers are going to come out and steamroll them. Because the type of team they are, I feel like they think they're the dominant team, which they are, and I don't think they feel like they've proven that for real yet this series. So, I think game 4 they're going to come out with a lot of energy, and Denver's going to have to be ready for that. If not, they're going to get put to bed real early.
All right, Octavia, your thoughts on Clippers and Nuggets?
Yeah, I agree. I think that the last game was the game Denver they could have won. Like Michael Porter Jr. was playing well. And I think he's slowly, if not like everybody should know by now, like he's the next guy up for them. Like he's doing amazing. Only thing is if Will Barton gets back, I feel like Will Barton's a good spark for them. But who knows? I think he's quarantining as well now. He hasn't played since before the season stopped back in March. So he's not gonna have a lot of time to get going again. Just like we see with Gary Harris, he's still kind of trying to get into his flow. So I think that last night was the game for them, especially with how well Jokic was playing. Jokic was playing really, really well from the beginning. But like you said, kudos to PG because he's been off for most of this playoff series, and he finally he got it together last night. He was hitting all the shots. He was making all the right passes and all the right plays. But that was a game that Denver should have won, and they didn't. And it's going to be tough for them to dig themselves even further out this hole.
All right, Cardell.
I just think the Clippers turned it on at the right time defensively, because then pretty much for about, you could say, 3.5 quarters, Denver was getting whatever they wanted. And especially like Michael Porter, Jokic is that's why I've been saying he's the best center in the game. You know what I mean? With everything he brings and how many ways he can impact the game, man, it's just hard to deal with, man. He don't even got to score. He'll murder you through the passing. Jeremy Grant hitting threes, hitting fadeaways and stuff. Paul Millsap, and that's a credit to Grant, because I remember a year or two ago he couldn't even shoot. He was like, yeah, go ahead, take that. But now you got to guard him. But they turned it on. The Clippers turned it on defensively when they needed to, especially Paul George and Jamal Murray. That's one of his best defensive efforts, I think, of his career, because that's an all-star caliber guard who's been murdering cats in the playoffs. And what he held on the 14, the 5 of 17 shooting. You know what I mean? Patrick Beverley got some key stops or whatnot. And one thing I think no one's mentioning, and Wilson talked about this in the last series with the Jazz. The Nuggets figured out, as good as Michael Porter, what he is bringing offensively, that boy defense kind of, James Harden-esque. You know what I mean? And that's why I love the playoffs. The playoffs don't play any games. They operate on that scouting report to a T. So if you can't defend, they will find a way to keep picking on you. And the NBA is cold-blooded with it. It gets bad, where the only way to save you is to take you off the court, and that hurts your team. They need him to produce offensively, because he's so athletic and young and versatile, as a forward. At 6'10", the way he can move and stuff, he can defend about 4 positions. He has the athleticism to do it, man, but he still got to get the know-how. And obviously, he set out in college with injuries. High school, he didn't need to guard anybody like that. He didn't need to learn how to guard people, because he was so much more talented. Because even if he got blown by, he was just recovering, grab your shot out the air. So I think that's just what it is. I love what I saw from Paul George, but I'm not overly convinced that they got the series in hand. Maybe they do, because the Clippers have these ups and downs, man. That's the scary thing with them. It drives me crazy, and I know it drives Doc crazy. You just don't know. Like I said, for 3.5 quarters, Nuggets got whatever they wanted. So where was his defensive effort for the rest of the game? You know what I mean? Where Jamal Murray was hitting shots, it would have been a different outcome. And with that being said, they barely won this game. So, the Clippers got to bring him more consistently for 4 quarters. And that's what Kawhi said last night. We got to be more consistent. We got to bring it for 48. And he knows what's coming. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it a buck. If they get past the series, you got to deal with LA and Houston. Playing good defense for half a quarter ain't going to get it done. They're going to get you up out of there. So they still have work to be done.
Very well put. All right. In terms of the game that is on right now, I'll try to give you guys a quick update as soon as the score pops up. 68-63 Milwaukee with 68-63 Miami. I'm sorry, with 2:07 left in the third. A quick Mystics update. They lost out on a huge opportunity this past Sunday. Emma Mieseman had a chance to kind of seal the game. She split a pair of free throws at the end of regulation. And, of course, Rike Agumbawale, you gave her some time, and she had a step-back 3. Put the game into overtime. The Wings took care of business from there, 101-94. Enrique ended up with 39. Ariel Atkins and Maisha Hines-Allen had 22 and 20 points, respectively. Right now, the Mystics are taking on the Lynx. They lead 30-28. It's 5:12 left in the first half. It's the last week of the regular season of the WNBA, so it's going to be crazy. 7 playoff spots have been clinched. Seattle, Vegas, the Spurs, Lynx, Mercury, the Sky, and the Connecticut Sun. Dallas is currently in 8th at 7-12. The Mystics should be 5-13, which is why Sunday's loss was so pivotal. Otherwise, Washington may have been in the driver's seat at least for a couple days. So make sure you guys stay on that to see how that shakes out. And just a reminder, WNBA, NBA Outlook, the recaps, weekly, nightly at times. Follow us on social media so you guys don't miss those. We're going to take a very quick break. When we get back, get you guys caught up on the Pitts League action from last week. You're watching the Focus TV. Welcome back to the Focus TV. If you just tuned in, guys, you missed quite a bit already, but it's all right. There will be multiple opportunities to catch this week's episode, so it's going to be fine. And we still got a lot left. Octavia coming up in just a little bit. We're going to take a look at this whole NFL season, talk a little bit about her league and a discussion led by her. But again, the Pitts League. This past Friday, we'll look at that part of the recap for week 3, which is when each week kicks off is Friday, which is also the day that we do the primetime game broadcast. There's 6 games on Friday. We live broadcast just 2 of them. So tune in every week. Don't miss those. Free Love Mob beat Baseline 59-53. Jamal Wright had 15 for Free Love Mob, and James Kelly had 15 for Baseline. Game 2, Team Anonymous took care of the Black Angels 62-54. Jasmine Berg with 15 points. Nakia Gibbs with 13. For Black Angels, Danielle Forrest led the way with 16 points. Game 3, Sniper Gang. They moved to 3-1 with the 62-49 win over the Jewels. Kaya Proctor and Sidiana Nagatu had 12 points apiece. Kayla Trowell with 16, and Kiara Williams had 10 to lead the Jewels. The Museum beat Sam's Baller 67-62. Jeff Allen with the big game, 18 points for him. Trey Kelly with 15 for Sam's Ballers. Jabril Faulkner led the way with 16 points. And Mo Creek and Chris Braswell had 12 apiece. YOLO team moved to 2-0. They beat Black Lives Matters 55-50. Herschel Grant, 17 points. Teron Crenshaw has 17 as well. Sorry about that. For Black Lives Matter, Work Goodwin led the way with 12. Cam Rucker had 9. Last but not least, the Soul Brothers beat J&R's Mob 49-47. Dante Thorpe with 14. D'Angelo Johnson with 9 for Soul Brothers. Abdul Bundu with 16. And Jamal Brown with 14 to lead J&R's Mob. Again, follow us on social, and we'll see you guys Fridays. Again, the links go out each and every week. The Focus TV on IG, Twitter, the Pitts League as well. It's very, very simple. We'll see you guys soon. We're going to take our second break, and when we get back, Octavia's going to take us through week 1 of the NFL season. Yeah, it's actually – I didn't believe it happened. We're actually here like 48 hours from now. Week 1 officially begins, but you're watching the Focus TV. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back. The time is here. The NFL starting. I know people got their fantasy leagues going, all that fun stuff. I don't do that anymore because I became the guy who did like 15 drafts and forgot to set my lineup every Sunday while managed to watching 70% of the games without setting said lineup. So I told myself I had to do something healthy for myself and leave fantasy football alone. It was just a bad relationship. Didn't make any sense. Octavia, take us through week 1.
I just want to say I can't believe we actually got here. Actually made it to the NFL season. They did do. They've been testing people since I believe they said August 28th through the 5th of September, and they've only had one person test positive, so that's good signs. But the season starts this Thursday with your 2019 champions, 2020 champions, whatever you want to call them, 2020 champion Chiefs are going to be playing against the Texans. So anybody have any predictions? I know who I think is going to win. I mean, I just don't think the Chiefs are going to go out like that. I'm sure they're going to do their ring ceremony and all that hoopla. So I'm going to Chiefs. Ray?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with new money. Chiefs gonna take it.
Yeah, they got a lot of new money out there too. A lot of them signed new contracts this offseason. Wilson, what do you think?
The answer I would like to select is not an option. That's
neither.
Shout out to Deshaun Watson for being the next in line for these black quarterbacks that are getting paid. Lamar's on the way. Kyler, Arizona enjoyed his free money for a little bit. It's gonna hurt. He's definitely deserving. So that's a great matchup to kick off the year. It should be fun. I'm interested to seeing how long Mr. O'Brien can keep folks off his neck for his job security this year after some of the decisions he's made personnel-wise, like giving up a DeAndre Hopkins, because apparently no one needs those things. Shout out to you for sending him to my division. Mr. O'Brien already wasn't a big fan. Now I'm interested to see how the pass catchers do for Deshaun. Like, it's big, that and the offensive line. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like, you at least knew what you had out of any of the, this is not to slight any other pass catchers, but you knew what DeAndre was. You also knew that defenses had to account for him. He took at least two people. He's a focal point of at least a couple folks every week, unless you're one of the few teams where you got somebody to deal with him. Everyone doesn't. Maybe a team does. And that's not there anymore. The other thing, the Super Bowl hangover goes two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've heard it because people are throwing it around for my team. It usually does, the winners usually struggle to get back too. It's part of it for both groups. I'm interested to see how the Chiefs do, but really I'm just interested in seeing their rookie running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire from LSU. I'm interested to see how he does in his first NFL game. That's literally my interest. I don't care who wins.
But no, that's a good point, because like you said, Hopkins being gone, and Snead going to step up. Who's going to be, the go-to, and Deshaun just got paid, so see what happens there. But Cardell?
My Bronco-ness would not allow me to say the Chiefs.
I feel you. I get it. Trust me, because this next game I'm going to go to.
And I'm already pissed.
I don't even know.
And I'm already pissed. Because they saying Von Miller might miss the season. So.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
His ankle hurts. Ankle practice.
Dang. Think positive thoughts.
So, what's Luke? I'll tell you.
So the second game, I kind of feel the same way. Like, there's no answer that you guys don't know that I'm going to say. The Philadelphia Eagles against the Washington football team. I mean, honestly, it's easy for me. Of course, you know who I'm going to pick, my Eagles. But I'm just interested to see how everything comes together this year. We already started with some injuries. Rager's out 3 to 4 weeks with a shoulder injury. The offensive line has been shuffled around a gajillion times already. Jason Peters has agreed to go back to left tackle. Yeah. So I want to see if Deshaun's healthy. Is Alshon really going to play? How good Darius Slayton's going to be? Even though I'm just excited to see everything. But where do you guys take? And I will take offense to who you pick. So just know that. I hate y'all. The Washington football team.
Dejan coming. Nate Sudfeld. The era about to begin. Nate Sudfeld, let's go, baby.
I'm convinced he's a third string, so I don't really care about him. He's not even.
You might
play, baby. Chase gonna get him.
If anything does happen to Carson, it's not going to be Nate. I'm telling you, it's going to be Jalen. It's not going to be Nate. We got McCown staying in Texas, but you know how that goes.
He might as well book his flight. I got Washington in this one. I'm not even trolling, not even being funny.
It's cool. I'm still offended, but it's okay.
You'll be fine. They had one of the better front sevens. They had one of the better front sevens in football last year, especially against the run. They were just missing pass rush.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, because of an incompetent coaching staff, you had a whole Montez Sweat that you didn't know what to do with. You had this whole wonderful 6'6" freak of nature dropping in coverage. Where Ron Rivera comes from, those folks rushed the passer. Then they went out and got another one of those guys. You put him on the end. You have some fun. My team does something similar. It's called getting after the quarterback. So I think we'll see Jalen fairly soon this year.
Rude,
I like Rager a lot, but with him being out, I think it's going to be tough. Like, no Goodwin, no Rager. It's going to be tough.
Raymond, I'm going to skip Cardell.
That's
I mean,
how she gonna be looking after the game.
the Eagles kind of limping into the season, man. I don't. It's not looking too good for them. But you can't lose to a team with no name. So yeah, I don't know.
You're right, though. You are very right.
I don't know, man. it's getting a little dicey around here. But and
That's cool.
I don't know. I don't like neither one of them teams. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a tie.
It's mutual.
All right. Oh, that's so rude. That's so rude. We're gonna have to be a little bit quicker so we get through the rest of week one. But go ahead, Octavia.
I guess I know who Cardell picks. So we'll go to the Cardinals versus the 49ers. Let's go ahead and start with you, Wilson.
I got the Niners in a shootout, like 42-41. No defense being played.
Raymond?
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a fun one. I got San Fran as well.
Cardell?
I'm gonna go with the 49ers, man. Just so Wilson will be first.
Why you had to say it like that?
I do think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be pretty high. It just depends on whose quarterback plays better. If Kyler can really connect with Hopkins like that, like I'm interested to see that. But it honestly was a toss up for me. I really don't know who's gonna win that one. Browns versus the Ravens.
Come on, man. You did that on purpose because you know I'm pissed the hell away for passing on one. It's all good. Lamar all day.
Hey, y'all keep triggering this, man. What are y'all doing to Cardell?
I'm not even doing it purposely. I'm sorry. Wilson, who do you pick?
Yes, you are. They so good. Let's go, baby. That's all. I can't wait for that day.
I'm not taking any team with Baker Mayfield at the under center, no matter how much challenge. I just can't do it. Won't do it.
Raymond?
Not gonna win with it. I've seen this story too many times. I'm sorry, Odell. Demand a trade. Get out of there.
Man, we will never cover a team he's on just because.
Yeah.
Do
it. Give me Baltimore, man. The Browns got some other stuff going on right now.
Facts. Can't say that on air, but they definitely got some things to discuss.
Yeah, big fact.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Oh, man.
All right. Seahawks versus the Falcons, Wilson.
I don't bet against Russ unless he's playing my team, in which I hope he doesn't beat us. It's even then it's hope because it's not under our control. It's whatever he feels like doing that day. Or if his teammates let him down. But yeah, Russ.
Cardell.
Russ all day. Same reason.
Right?
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, because football.
For football reasons.
I mean, I agree. Like after last year, like I was really mad that we passed on DK Metcalf, and then after last season, I was like even more mad. And like I'm really excited to see how he's progressed. Like he was amazing to me last year. So like I can imagine what he's like this year. So
I'm not excited at all. It's scary. That's scary.
Y'all don't blame me. I think we played them too, so don't worry. We always lose to them, so I don't really know. Jets versus the Bills. Raymond?
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Wilson?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo. They went and got Josh Allen a couple targets, even he can't miss. You know, if you just throw the ball far enough, Stephon will fix it. Just throw it out there. He'll fix it. And, you know, Stephon's going to be so amped that he has someone who's not scared enough to throw it downfield. He'll make sure everything works. It'll be fine.
Cardell? Same?
Yeah, rolling with it. Stephon, I think he gonna go off this year. I think he finally gonna be let loose because they need him to be let loose. Like you said with the D ball or whatnot. Yeah, I just see him emerging and getting in that conversation with Julio and DeAndre Hopkins. I just see him getting there this season finally.
Yeah, I agree. I think Stephon also has a point to prove. You know, I just feel like he's that type of dude. Like, y'all really thought y'all could do it without me? Oh, all right, cool. That's what's up. And then at the same time, I don't trust anything that the New York Jets do. So it could have been anybody that played against the Jets. I'd have picked the other team. So, Bears versus the Lions. Thank you. I'm just saying, like, half their team don't even like the coach, probably. So, like, what are we doing? Bears versus the Lions. Cardell.
I'm not picking the Bears as long as Trubisky is there. I'm not doing that.
And I don't blame you, Wilson.
I can't do that.
You already know my answer. Oh, you know my answer. My answers remain the same since draft day 4 years ago when I laughed and thank God that Kyle and John didn't think they could fix it. You can pick on other projects, but not that. Just some things are. Ooh, nope, can't say that way either. No, taking whoever they play against. Peace be to Allen Robinson.
Right.
I got the Lions winning the toilet bowl 10-3. Trubisky gonna have 4 picks.
You already called it the toilet bowl. Like, this hasn't even started yet. But no, I agree. I think if anything, Matt Stafford is ready to get back and kind of be Matt Stafford-ish. I don't know if that's good or bad because I always feel like he's been like a middle of the pack, but apparently his numbers have been great. He's been paid. Who knows? Packers and the Vikings. Wilson.
Oh wow. Boy, 2 teams I have no respect for in the postseason. It's a regular season game, so anything's possible because that's the only place both of them succeed. Packers. There's no Stephon for Kirk to blame for stuff anymore. And I love Justin Jefferson, but there's a hole in that offense. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I'm going with the Packers because of Aaron Rodgers. One thing I want to see with the Packers is can they stop the run. That's the thing I'm kind of watching. If their defense can show up a little bit and give Rodgers a chance, then they can make a little noise, especially in that division.
All right, and Raymond.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay as well. Minnesota just feels like they're in disarray right now. So yeah, I don't see much positivity coming from them this year.
Yeah, I'm going Packers too. I think all the hoopla in the offseason about them drafting another quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to try to put all that noise to bed. So I'm going Packers as well. I'm going to go a little bit faster since we're running out of time. Dolphins and Patriots. We're just going to go Wilson, Cardell, Ray, and then I finish.
It's their division until someone pries it from Bill Belichick's cold hands.
I feel you.
Hey, hold on. Y'all, this man had Cam Newton for a month and a half, and he's doing commercials. He's talking at games. I didn't know he had a personality. You give him a black quarterback and looks what happens. Crazy. Right?
Looks what happens. Cardell.
I'm going with Cam. I think I know he's motivated. I know he's pissed. I mean, dang, he's one of the lowest paid quarterbacks in the league. And we acting like he wasn't a former MVP and played in the Super Bowl. I mean, he felt all the criticism that came. So, and like I said, when he signed with the Patriots, we all like, especially me, being in the car, I'm like, man, now you got this evil genius with this dude. So hell yeah. Yeah, I expect him to get off the gates against the Dolphins. Oh yeah, he's going. Oof. Yeah, might look like a KC school.
Raymond, I'm gonna guess you're going Patriots too. I'm just guessing here.
Yeah, man. First stop of the revenge tour might get ugly out there.
Yeah. I agree. I'm definitely going with the Pats. Raiders versus the Panthers. Wilson, go around again.
Raiders.
Mm.
Cam Newton ain't walking through
Cardell.
that door anymore.
They got Teddy though.
I'm rolling with. I'm gonna put my Broncos to the side. I'm gonna roll with the Raiders just because how they treated Cam. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I hope the Raiders give them the business. Just keep them in the buck.
All right, Ray.
Yeah, man. Raiders for the win because of karma.
Oh, also, just real quick, the Raiders. My bad. Watch Brian Edwards out of South Carolina. Bigger. He's like a bigger version of Deebo Samuels, just way bigger, like supersized him. It's really scary. Watch him. Really scary.
Well, for my own selfish reasons, I picked the Panthers because I picked Christian McCaffrey in fantasy, so we'll see how that goes. I can really care less about it either. But I would like to see if Derek Carr is actually going to be
Ramona Shelbourne ass. Come on.
You know, see how that goes. All right, Colts versus Jaguars.
You said who?
Colts versus the Jaguars. I'm going Colts. Like,
yeah. Colts. Come on, man, Colts.
Yes, I don't care.
I mean, everybody's like Gardner Minshew, I guess. So we'll see. But I'm going Colts. I don't think they have anybody else.
The guy better than Lamar.
Yeah, and his dreams. Bengals and the Chargers. I'm gonna go Bengals just because I want to see how Joe Burrow gonna be. I want to see if AJ Green finally gonna be healthy. And don't get me wrong, I like Tyrod Taylor. I just want to see how he does out there. But yeah, Raymond.
I'm going Bengals.
Wilson.
Bengals.
Bengals. AJ Green the whole year to just rest.
Yeah, he had a lot of time. Bucks and the Saints.
Shit, that's tough.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm just gonna pick who I think it's gonna be the Saints. I don't know. I'm just going against the grain. Don't get me wrong, Tom terrific, and I just feel like they got a lot of stuff going on down there. There's so many people. I'm trying to figure out how they're going to spread it all around. You know, they got all these new players and new toys for him. I just want to see if Tom is really still in good shape. But I think nothing's really changed for the Saints as far as big player personnel or anything like that. So I'm going to just go my safe bet right now. It's the Saints. Wilson?
I'll take the Saints in this matchup, and I'll take the Bucks the next time they play.
I can agree with that because I think it's going to take some time for them to get it. So I see what you're saying, Cardell.
My blackness will not allow me to root for the Saints. Whatever you said, but nah.
You're right.
Honestly, football wise, it's tough. But damn, man, Brady gonna be motivated. That's the thing. We haven't seen him motivated in a minute. This man, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers with the edge.
All right, Raymond.
Yeah, I think the Bucks might get them. Like, Brady's just one of those guys that, I mean, he's already charged up enough, but once you give him bulletin board material, it's just not safe for you. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
All right, and then the last 3 games, we got the Cowboys versus the Rams. I'll let you start, Raymond. I'll let you start.
All bias aside, I'm gonna go Dallas. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas.
Okay. Cardell.
Man, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'll go with Dallas, man. Damn, man.
You sound sad. Wilson.
I know a lot of Cowboy. I know a lot of Cowboy fans, and they remind me of the Laker fans. It's a similar cult. They're irrational. Every year Super Bowl talk, and I get tired of it, so that's all that is.
This hurts me to say, the Rams. I don't want anything good for them, but it's the Cowboys. They're gonna take care of business. I ain't worried about that. There's a whole Jalen Ramsey out there, which means whoever's over there is not gonna get targeted. So that, I'm glad you got CeeDee Lamb. He'll be needed. But the Rams got something to prove because as of right now, they're kind of sort of the worst team in a really tough division. So they after a bad year last year, I think they're gonna be ready to come out firing. And it's the Cowboys. I just have no faith in anything. Sorry, Rat.
It's all good, man. We're gonna be 8-8. It's just it is what it is.
It's all you need in our division. But nobody could ever make you pick the Cowboys. I'm sorry. They could play against the team from the little, like the Giants, the little Giants movie. Like they could play against them. I'm picking them. So it's definitely the Rams. Yeah, definitely. And Spike out there too. Steelers and the Giants. Basically, the annexation of Puerto Rico. I forgot about that. Steelers and the Giants. I'm going Steelers. Giants suck. I'm sorry. That's my reasons.
Steelers. It's easy. Steelers.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
And last but not least, wrapping it up on Monday night, we got the Titans versus the Broncos. Go ahead and start with Cardell there.
Von Miller, Jadeveon Clowney's there. Best running back in football from last year, Derrick Henry's there. Once again, no Von Miller. No Von Miller. And our defense was trash last year. No Von Miller. No Von Miller. So, and you see it takes a whole team to tackle this big mom. No Von Miller. So, and we got Jadeveon hunting my young boy Locke. So, y'all go ahead. I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, I wouldn't make you do that. I'm not going to make
I'm wrong on this when I make me say my team lose.
I feel you because I can't say it neither. There's no way I can ever say it. So, Wilson?
I'm just putting some facts out there for y'all to evaluate. Y'all go ahead.
Look, it's going to be tough without Von if he's really out, period. I think the only saving grace in this is not like Ryan Tannehill about to come out here and carve anybody up. But they do have the juggernaut back there. So there's that part of it. I think the exciting part of it, but this has a lot to do with Drew Lock. They got some wide receivers in Denver. They got some separators. Yeah. The two young boys, Judy and KJ Hamler. Yeah. And that's the only part where I think that greatest. Yeah, no, they do. They do. So it'll be fun, but yeah,
young boys, they gotta learn.
This is very true. So we'll see what happens, but that's tough. Right. I hope Von's not out for the year.
Yeah, that sucks. I didn't hear that until y'all said it. Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee. Yeah, they got the X factor, man. Like, Tannehill, he's not going to throw for 400 yards, but I don't think he's going to screw anything up, especially when we can just hand the ball off 30 times and let big boy do his thing. But yeah, and that really sucks about Von Miller. Hopefully, it's not as serious as they're speculating. Yeah, because that'd be a tremendous loss for them. But yeah, I'm picking the Titans to win this one.
Yeah, I'm going Titans too for the reasons you guys named. But hopefully, like you said, because I didn't even hear about Von Miller until y'all said it. So hopefully, it
literally happened during the first half of the show. It literally happened during the first half of the show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, get over to finestmag.com, amanosports.com, and as always, definitely follow us all in every form of social media. The Focus TV needs you guys to do that, and we'll see you very, very soon. We got the recaps some nights. We got the weekly Outlook shows. As you guys just saw the little graphic, we got the Pitts League live broadcast every Friday, and then of course every Tuesday we speak to you guys in this forum here. So we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right.
Yeah.